It's nice to have something to do in the future, and we cannot wait to see you all on the road. And
we're figuring out the book bullshit.
Yes.
Obviously, this is I'm going to say a bit of a clusterfuck that we're in the middle of. I think that's a good clinical way of talking about it.
I think
so.
And
so we have people, you guys are asking a lot of very good questions. Really, really good questions about where will the books be, how are you going to get the books. We're working on that. We're figuring that out. Apparently, the book industry is a hundreds-year-old industry that we have to figure out how to apply into modern times. A really good way to do it is that if you have not pre-ordered the book yet and you really want to, or you want to make sure you get the book, go to IndieBound, which is a website there where you can find your local independent bookstore and support them, because this is a really important time to help people that have mom and pop industries, mom and pop businesses, because they need our support. We got to keep our bookstores open.
Yes, indeed. IndieBound. Go there, please.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you just know, guys, that, we're, as soon as we know something, we'll let you know something too. But, we just ask for patience in this trying time. And, and honestly, instead of worrying about the tour and all that shit, just worry about keeping yourself safe right now. Keeping yourself safe and keeping yourself healthy. And that's what really matters.
And with that said, we are going to provide you more entertainment. Marcus, you're working on something with this. What's this Twitch thing I heard about?
Yeah, I'm going to start doing regular Twitch streams on the Last Podcast Network Twitch channel. Started doing them on Wednesday. It was really fun. A lot of people came out and watched me play Dark Souls. So yeah, I might continue the Dark Souls game. I might go on a Castlevania Symphony of the Night run. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to be going on and playing a few days a week. And I'm also planning on doing just some reading to keep people company. I think I'm going to read In Cold Blood out loud, which is my favorite book. And hopefully this will keep people company, because I know a lot of you are very lonely right now. You're stuck inside.
Shout outs to the extroverts. This is not our time. This is not easy for us.
I miss bars. I miss restaurants so fucking much.
Yeah. But I know there's a lot of people lonely and a lot of people inside, as you should be right now. You should be hunkering down and you should be staying inside and not socializing right now. But if you're having a hard time with it, I hope that maybe we can help you feel like you're hanging out with someone. So go to twitch.tv and check out the Last Podcast Network channel. And we don't have like a set schedule just yet. Just know that this is coming. If you subscribe to it, you'll get a notification for every time we do a broadcast. But yeah, we're hoping to be there for you much as we can. There's not a hell of a whole lot we can do as entertainers, but shit, we can do this.
Well, we can sing Imagine There's No whatever. We could be like the wealthy people.
For our secluded mansions. I think you need a secluded mansion first before you can start joining in on that song. I'm also going to be twitching on there. It'll be a lot of fun. Got good pud. Patreon only. I did this episode with Natalie Jean. You listen to us, me and my beautiful wife. Let's do a struggle eating sugar-free Jello pudding. But man, we're gonna stay alive. We're gonna be doing this as hard as possible.
Absolutely.
Because we just are getting to the really juicy stuff.
In
JFK.
And of course,
we're just getting to it. It's only took 11 hours.
No, yeah.
But we are literally about to get to the stuff that really makes you a terrible human being. And I think that this is an important time for our quarantined individuals to start thinking about who benefits.
All right. Well, don't destroy your family. Also, watch Frozen or something every now and again, too. And you can find me on OnlyFans. This week, I'm going to make a watermelon disappear. Don't ask. Hail yourselves, everyone.
Hail Satan.
Again.
Magustalations.
Hail Satan, thank you for your gifts, keeping us safe. And hail me.
Absolutely.
If you can.
Hail yourselves.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
We are the early start. We are the beating heart, born to answer a call. We are healthcare for all. We are sons, daughters, husbands, wives, healing, supporting, saving lives. We are emergency admissions, difficult decisions, fascination, exploration, innovation. We're pioneers. We're over 350 rewarding careers. We are you at your very best. We are the NHS.
We are recruiting now. Search NHS Careers.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the Last Podcast.
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Everybody's got the right to some sunshine.
Wow.
Not the sun, but maybe one of its beams. Rich men, poor men, black or white. Everybody take a bite.
Whoa.
Everybody just hold tight to their dreams. Everybody's got the right to their dreams.
Look at that. Well, you can take
You want to kill a president.
Whoa! You can take the boy out of Queens, but you can't take the queen out of the boy.
Come on and kill a president. That's from Stephen Sondheim's Assassins.
Very good. My older brother was in Assassins. He played Abraham Lincoln, and much like Abraham Lincoln, he's gay. Welcome to the last podcast on the left, everyone. I am Ben, looking at Marcus Parks, and of course we have Henry Zabrowski.
Yeah, but we probably should bring up, Assassins by Stephen Sondheim. Lee Harvey Oswald's the main character in that. But a new song actually dropped today about the JFK assassination and the mysteries. And finally,
Yes.
Bob Dylan,
Yes.
Troubadour, has decided to emerge from his bunker
Yes.
and spread the truth again with such rhymes as Jackie. She was feeling wacky. Like, it is not good. It is the worst, slowest casket rap I've ever heard about JFK.
Well, it's helping us get through this quarantine period, and so thank you, Bob Dylan, for unleashing your mustache onto the world once again. Yes, it's thin. It is as thin as it is talented. Very powerful 17-minute song.
On November 1963 was the day of the death of John F. Kennedy.
Jackie was wearing pink. It was a crime that sure did stink.
Was it written by Cartman? It sounds horrible.
He's so awful. He's so
the worst thing he's ever released.
So we are on, which is saying something, of course, old Bob Dylan. This is the thing we all have to remember once we get older. All I'm saying for the rest of my life is, oh my, kind of fun, wild. I am never doing anything new after 50.
Yeah, I guess my penis is certainly full of cum today. That'll all be saying at the Podcasters Hall of Fame reunion tour.
It'll be
As this,
powerful.
all of us have lost our feet due to diabetes, but all of the microphones are made of gold.
Isn't that nice? And we'll have all of our feet in little caskets right in front of us. That'll be cool. All right, everyone, we are on to our final episode of JFK. Now, before we get into information that Marcus and much of Henry's brain have collaborated on, I have a little bit of information for you guys that I don't think you'll know.
Oh, exclusive? Is this exclusive information?
This is Ben Kissel exclusive information about John F. Fitzgerald Kennedy. What do you think his favorite ice cream was?
Peanut praline.
Yeah, I think he liked Italian pussy.
No, that's not an ice cream. That's Sophia Loren. No, this is a little known fact, and this proves that JFK was beholden to the Pope because it's the most Catholic favorites of all time. He liked vanilla. Second favorite kind of ice cream that he liked the most? Anyone?
Chocolate?
Peach. And I think vanilla and peach is the most Catholic choices of all time. And I believe a good leader, the best ice cream for a good leader, Napoleon.
Oh.
You got pink, you got white, you got brown, the melting pot of America. It's strong, it's powerful. That's what all leaders should eat is Napoleon ice cream.
Why are you calling ice cream flavors just pink and brown? It sounds like there's poop on my balls. That's what that makes me think.
Well, anyway,
which I don't want to think.
I'm just saying that's a piece of information that maybe you guys, while you were researching how he died, overlooked. What does the peach ice cream have to do with it?
Thank you for your valuable contribution to this episode.
Don't say I didn't do it.
Thank you for adding 2 minutes to what might be a 3-hour episode about the murder of John F. Kennedy.
I'm stretching.
So on our last episode, we outlined the why behind a possible conspiracy to kill John F. Kennedy, at least when it comes to the military-industrial complex. On this last part of the series, we aim to explore the how when it comes to a conspiracy killing. See, as we've said again and again throughout this series, there are over 2,000 books on the JFK assassination.
2,000!
Jeez.
2,000. And while some do follow the Warren Commission's findings on how Oswald supposedly killed the president, most of them do not.
No.
How many books do you actually think we need out of these 2,000?
Well, how many did we use,
I think we used
Marcus, with these last
I think we used 8 overall over the entire course of the series through all of our research assistants. And thank you so much to our research assistants on this. We could not have done as thorough as a job as we've done without our research assistants. So thank you so much for that. It is, however, worth noting that the vast majority of these conspiracy books cite the Warren Commission when it supports their findings, but call foul anytime it does not, which is pretty common amongst conspiracy theorists.
Well, this was really the birth canal of the stripe of conspiracy theory in our country that has taken us to where we are today. I think that the reason why it is so potent was because the Warren Commission really did fuck up a lot of stuff / omit a lot of pertinent information to the public that allowed a lot of investigative reporters, which I'm going to call myself, covered my own ball butter in my soft pants while I was reading. I was an investigative reporter. But as you read all this content, I almost feel I put the responsibility on the Warren Commission and the fact that because there were such valid concerns about the lack of information that they had and the things that they didn't solve, it kind of gave a credence to all of these different theories that came out about the whys and the hows of are there multiple shooters? Was the mafia and the CIA all involved in killing him, and they kind of are responsible because technically these people have some reason to think these things.
And of course, Henry Zabrowski's Ball Butter, brought to you by Lando Craps. Make sure you check out their ball butter at your local Walmart.
It goes good with the slab of anchovies.
Now, almost every single one of these books has their own pet theory as to how the president was killed, because how he was killed supports their theory as to why he was killed and who killed him. Method is very important here. But besides just the killing itself, we're going to cover some of the weird shit that happened leading up to November 22nd, as well as the motives of other organizations and people that may have had reason to participate in the killing of the president.
You want to kill a president?
Was NAMBLA involved? I would love to see what NAMBLA would do to kill a president.
And then, finally, at the very end, we will lay out exactly what we think really happened. Or at least what I think happened, as Henry's opinions may have changed now that he spent countless hours in the JFK conspiracy hole.
I won't let myself out. And Natalie is going to leave me, which she would, but the quarantine's kept her in. And now she's forced to know the truth, no matter how many times I've yelled it naked from various parts of my home. I know Marcus had done the same experience to his lovely wife.
Mm-hmm. It's not worth it, Henry. It's not worth it. JFK is never coming back. And if you do find the truth, you're just going to be killed.
Now, as this episode unfolds, you might notice the absence of one person, Lee Harvey Oswald. And the reasons behind this decision are pretty simple. Oswald will come up here and there, but the conspiracies involving Lee Harvey Oswald as a patsy, a double agent, one of 2 or 3 or 4 different Oswalds, and Oswald as an unsung hero trying to save the president's life are wildly convoluted and overly confusing.
You might even say fake. But I won't go that far because there is some doubt. Because what they say about Lee Harvey Oswald, if you really just this is the breakdown of Lee Harvey Oswald was a double or a possible. There were many Lee Harvey Oswalds. Is that there are people that believe that there was no concrete evidence of Lee Harvey Oswald going to the Mexican embassy in order to get a way into Cuba. There are people that do not believe that he did that. That there was somebody that was sent that looked like Harvey Oswald. We might have his name in the roundup of people that were in Dealey Plaza. We might have the name.
Okay.
But that's really what it comes down to is that. I was hoping for clones.
Ooh.
But they didn't go as far with the clones as I wanted them to.
Well, that would have been great. Is it possible Oswald shot Kennedy to try to fix his back? In the same way when you go cross-eyed after you get kicked by a horse, you got to get kicked by a horse again to go back.
It might be.
Maybe.
You know what, Kissel? Yeah.
I think so.
Well, these Oswald conspiracies reach way too far and require way too much muddy background information. Even more information than we've already given.
Ah, yes, muddy background information. That's what I call it after I have 30 Bud Lights and then I wake up in the middle of the night. And you know what I'm talking about.
Gotta stop. That's the whole thing, man. We gotta stop wiping.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
So while Oswald will pop up, we're going to be focusing more on the organizational nature of JFK conspiracy. Now, one of the strange things that occurred in the lead up to the assassination happened in El Paso, Texas on September 20th, 1963. On that day, a man named Richard Case Nagel walked into a bank, fired 2 shots into the wall with a Colt 45, and demanded to be arrested for his actions.
I demand to be arrested. I will kill another fan if you do not stop me now.
Whoa, it's the middle of the summertime. Don't take out the fans.
When the FBI questioned Nagel's motives, the only reason he would give was that he would rather be arrested and sent to prison than commit murder and treason.
Wow.
Now, this might not have warranted attention, but Nagel's supposed connections are interesting. Now, take this as you will, because Nagel gave this information to Jim Garrison, who will be explored further later. But Nagel said that he was a CIA double agent working with the KGB, and he'd gotten wind of the upcoming assassination attempt on JFK.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
If you're a double agent with the CIA and KGB,
Yes.
you do not say, I'm a double agent with the KGB and the CIA. Like, that
a
is
lot
like
of pressure.
rule number 1.
Think about this. Think about if you're a person that's already bad at keeping a secret.
Okay.
And then,
but then
as
they're
we all
not
have-
going to recruit you. That's why they didn't recruit us.
But how do you know when someone says that? How do you know when someone's bad at keeping a secret? It's that if you ask, "Are you good at keeping a secret?" and they say yes, they're lying. They never were. They could never keep a secret. And how many times have we lied to get a job? Where
Sure.
I would have said anything to get a job at one point. Where you're just been like, yeah. I love. All I do is work in virology, and I know how to handle this flu. Like I would do anything to have a job. So yeah, you're gonna lie to these people because they also have guns. And all of a sudden now you're working for both sides, and you were never good at it even once. So now it's all falling apart. You gave you a gun, now you're just like, I got to get myself out of here. It's like how I would get myself if I was forced to be drafted into the army. I'd shoot off one of my toes.
Well, this is really great. Thank you so much for coming, Dr. Fauci, to this White House press hearing. I heard that you have there's a new doctor on board, a Dr. Henry Thomas Zabrowski.
What we're going to do is, listen to me, American public. I'm going to quell some of the panic. We got big nets. I'm finding this coronavirus. I'm going to pin it down. I'm going to force myself onto it till it understands what it's been doing to us as a nation. And then we're going to start attacking the jungles because this is obviously a full frontal war of the planet Earth against the human race. And we got to start. No tree left alive by the end of this.
Well, either way, no matter what happened with Nagel, rather than face even the chance of participating, he sent a certified letter to J. Edgar Hoover warning of the upcoming attempt and fired the weapon in the bank to make sure he'd be in jail while the murder took place.
Weird. And that is all true.
That's true. It's weird.
Okay.
Well, at the very least, he said afterward that he was in there because he did not want to participate in the JFK assassination.
Oh, okay. So he didn't say that JFK was going to be assassinated and said, I don't want to be a part of it, so put me in jail. This was all after he was killed?
He said that he sent a letter to J. Edgar Hoover, and he said that this was because of JFK. But at the time when he was arrested, he just said, I would rather be in prison than commit murder or treason.
I see.
Do you think it's more or less suspicious to talk to your jailer after the assassination happened? To be like, see, I'm innocent. Like, you're like, yeah, you're in jail. What are you talking about? How do you see? Nothing to do with that. Never tried to kill the president, not even once.
Flawless plan.
Now, Nagel was all set to testify about all this in 1995, but before he was able to do that, he died of a mysterious heart attack just before his hearing. Nagel had also entrusted a purple trunk, supposedly full of evidence, to a beloved niece. But when she went to retrieve it from his house after his death, she said the house was ransacked and the trunk was missing.
I don't know what happened to your trunk, Uncle Nagel. I don't know. Somebody might have given me a kiss for it.
Oh my! Why is that so disgusting? It sounds like Betty Bloop, just like an aborted Betty Boop.
Would you just say Betty Bloop?
Yeah, an aborted Betty Boop.
That's me, Betty Bloop. All I do is fart. That's what the
really?
boys pay me for. Come back from the war. They want some kind of entertainment, so nothing like hearing a couple of loose flaps flap in the air of a woman-made wind.
So you're saying the greatest generation invented cake farts after they came back from the war? That's what you're trying to say?
That's what they did. There's one of those stories. So the Nagel story is very mysterious. Also, the allegations of PFC Eugene Dinkin.
Yeah.
Is another guy that straight up said he was a cryptographic code operator stationed in Metz, France. On November 4th, 1963, he went AWOL and he entered Switzerland using forged document, and he said, I know for a fact that they, quote unquote, they were plotting against President Kennedy and that something would happen in Dallas. But then somehow he ended up in an insane asylum. And yeah, you might say, coincidence? About that, about, yeah, maybe it does sound crazy that he said he knew that someone was going to kill President Kennedy, or was he just so crazy enough to tell the truth?
But I don't think he did say someone was going to kill Kennedy. He said the word they and something. Those are pretty broad strokes.
I mean, who knows? Because it could have just been almost spoiling JFK's birthday party, which was supposed to be a very nice surprise.
Now, it seems like Nagel was jumping the gun, so to speak, by getting himself arrested on September 20th, a full month before Dallas. But this was actually correct timing, because Dallas was quite possibly the third serious attempt on the president's life that November. On November 2nd, JFK was supposed to attend an Army Air Force game at Soldier Field in Chicago, but just before Kennedy left Washington, the FBI learned from an informant that 4 snipers were planning to shoot Kennedy while his motorcade drove from O'Hare Airport to the game. Pretty much the exact same game plan as Dallas. Not too long after that, criminals in Tampa were caught on tape openly talking about a very specific plot to kill the president in Florida. So Floridian. Just openly talking.
Yeah, I'll kill the president, but first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to finally go to school.
Really? Well, when I kill the president, I'm going to write a song about a cheeseburger in paradise. Jimmy Buffett.
That was when he was going by buffet, because he's actually French.
Now, the Florida attempt was the work of white supremacists, but the Chicago attempt was possibly orchestrated by who else but the Chicago Mafia.
Yeah, man, I don't fucking trust no deep dish mafia. I like a thin crust mafia.
Now, when it comes to JFK assassination conspiracy theories, the CIA definitely holds the top spot as far as motive, means, and opportunity go. But a snuggling second is the Chicago Mafia, although the two of them are closely related, if not intertwined.
If not intertwined, because there is a long history of the CIA and the Mafia. Frodo and Samwise kissing each other and supporting each other through a perilous journey on their way to killing the president.
Henry is literally 25 years late watching Lord of the Rings. He watched Lord of the Rings over quarantine, and you have been doing fan fiction of Frodo and Samwise having sex in your head for a week.
Sam, I can't believe that I can come so hard while you're pulling my penis back behind my balls.
That's how hobbits do it.
Yep.
Starting in the early 60s, 4 mobsters named Santo Trafficante, Johnny Rizzelli, John Martino, and Carlos Marcello had all been CIA assets working on plots to assassinate Fidel Castro at the direction of then Vice President Richard Nixon. Ooh. Now, fiction or not, anyone who's seen The Godfather Part 2 knows that the mob had a vested interest in Cuba. You remember that whole scene.
Of course I do.
It was an abortion, Michael.
Oh! The reason why is because those casinos that the Mafia owned had flourished under the brutal dictatorship of U.S.-backed leader Fulgencio Batista. And with Castro coming in, casino game was fucking over.
Ooh, damn it.
Further,
Castro was no fun. No fun at all.
He's not fun. No. But again, the clarinets were great in that island.
Yes, and they do still have the authentic cola, which is very good.
Furthermore, this dictator was a political ally of Richard Nixon, who reportedly had business interests on the island with his good friend Charles B.B. Rebozo, who was a banker from Florida with mob connections.
Okay, you're telling me he didn't just specialize in clown noses? Without a doubt, he's like, I got big shoes, I got big clown noses, I got big hair. With any luck, I'll be a billionaire.
I was born with a disorder called Longfoot. I was born with a disorder called reindeer nose. And how I wish that I could shed this burden. But instead, I joined the mafia.
And the mafia connections to Cuba went further than just casinos. When President Eisenhower established an arms embargo against Cuba during Castro's revolution, the mafia and the CIA filled the void, providing arms to both sides of the conflict.
Good.
This is all completely legit.
Yes.
Oh my God.
The CIA and the mafia, they were working together. That is undisputed. So we're seeing the beginnings of the system that kind of went unchecked because all of the government kind of let the CIA do whatever the hell they wanted to do as long as they were, quote unquote, getting whatever jobs done that they needed to get done. But what they started to realize that they had no oversight.
Yeah.
And the CIA was running all these side quests, doing all of this bullshit without anybody's knowledge and hiring the mafia to kill people for them.
Well, I mean, that's just smart hiring, you know? Who needs a website to find a good person to do the job when you got the mafia? But this just happened with the Fast and Furious situation. This happens all the time where they sent a bunch of guns to Mexico to track the guns to theoretically find the drug lords, but they lost the guns.
Well, this is a different type of situation. They weren't sending it for any sort of purpose other than making money. At least the mafia. The mafia was sending it just to make money. That's why they were selling to both sides, because that way they could maximize their profits by making the conflict go on longer. And the CIA was providing guns to the Cuban exiles in order to advance their own objectives. Because Fast and Furious at the very least had like good intentions, dumb intentions, but good intentions. This was just pure fucking evil.
But the thing about Fast and Furious too, it's all about the family.
It is. It's kind of like what Burger King did with the Impossible Burger. You're getting your vegans, you're getting your meat eaters, you're coming together.
Yep, everyone's
Okay.
coming together. Now, Eisenhower and Nixon comparatively tolerated the mafia, but when Kennedy became president and appointed his brother Robert as attorney general, the brothers went after the mafia hard.
Ooh.
Their specific targets, as far as the bosses went, were Carlos Marcello, Santo Traficante, and Sam Giancana, who described himself as nothing more than a tomato salesman.
That's racist.
Yeah, exactly. And they shouldn't have called it Operation Pasta Sauce.
Rider, motorcycle hero. Baby, he's a looking so cute. Sneaking round in a blue jumpsuit. Who's Rider, motorcycle hero? Baby, he's a blazing away. Like the stars in the universe. Ghost Rider, motorcycle hero. Baby, he's a screaming the truth. America's killing its youth. Baby, he's screaming away. America's killing its youth.